But the Williams of Flume is up by quite a bit of time then at the moment, and he has put on in exactly the same time as Wojciech in P5 at the moment. So if he stays on with this, he'll at least get P5. He's probably going to get a few more positions as well. What can the Williams do over the line for Flume in his provisional pole? 1 minute 37.953 is very, very close to Thunderino, but he is ahead and on provisional pole. What a time from the Williams.
Ben Huskins is improving by 2/10 in that first sector. He's flying so far in this lap. It was beautiful from Flume. He currently sits on provisional pole with 12 seconds of qualifying, so everyone on the final runs now. Thunderino, Ben Huskins, Jensen Ralston, Icky Robbo, Wojciech Hepworth, everybody apart from the guys who are out of qualifying and the man who stuck it on provisional pole. Ben Huskins using a bit of battery going to the final braking point of the lap. He's 2/10 subs at the moment. He's taking provisional pole. If he just keeps it to the line like this, has he saved up enough battery to coast to the line very quickly? Where's he going to use it? He's going down very quickly. Is he going to use any at all? Because I think that deployment is going to come to an end at the end of the lap. As here we go. DRS now enabled. Is this going to be provisional pole for Mr. Huskins in the Mercedes? It is. It's a 37.826. It's beautiful from the Silver Arrow. But Jensen Ralston just had a spun car ahead of him. He's improving by 2.5 similar to what Ben was improving by. And let's see if our championship leader, our reigning champion, can get himself onto pole position here in Baku. He's going to get the DRS enabled. He's using the rest of that battery. He's absolutely draining it to the maximum, begging it can get to the line. Here we go. Jensen Ralston is on provisional pole by 5 thousandths of a second. Is there anyone else to deny him behind? Thunderino, a 10.5 improvement. Is it enough? Everyone's getting closer and closer together as Thunderino saved up a lot more battery for this straight. Is it going to be an improvement? Can he get himself on pole position to double his points tally so far in FZR? He's used the deployment, so he's not going to be able to use anymore. Is it pole position? It is pole position. Oh. Thunderino, the shock pole position, and I don't think anybody else is out there to deny him. Flume's in the pit lane. It's that man. It's Thunderino on pole position here in Baku. It's a 37.7. He's doubled his points scoring tally in FZR just from qualifying, and he is on pole position for this race. It's sublime by Thunderino as he finally redeems himself after that horror show in Monaco. But Thunderino is back on the top step. Here in round 8, it's Thunderino on pole position, our championship leader, held off by Ben Huskins. But can he do it? It's today's day. Can Thunderino get off the line? Well, it's 5 red lights. It's lights out, and away we go. Thunderino gets away pretty well indeed. We've got a bit of a argy-bargy at the back there. Ben Huskins round the outside of the championship leader, Jensen Ralston, heading up to turn 2. Thunderino's got away fantastically compared to the cars behind. At the back of the grid, it's Ream Beast after an incident off the start. Thunderino, what's gone on? It's into the wall. I think he's got damage. Back. He has got damage. A front right end plate. He must have hit the wall on turn 2 there. Camera angles can't capture that one. Now Ben Huskins inherits the lead. Thunderino's luck gets even worse as in Baku from pole position he already doubled his point scoring tally, but at turn 2 it's been unravelled and he's now sent packing to the back of the back with a front wing end plate damage. It's carnage for Thunderino, but Ben Huskins is loving that as he now takes the race lead on lap 1.
To me, he had a brilliant qualifying, and I think he deserves where he is at the moment. But how long will he be able to hold it for? As now the championship leader, Jensen Ralston, in the McLaren, down the inside. It is side by side. They all come 2 by 2, then down into turn 1. Jensen Ralston's through. Ben Huskins in second. Then it's Wojciech third from Flume in 4. Then Nanu comes in 5. We've got a big long line of drivers. Then it's Icky Robbo 6, Liam Dougherty 7, D in 8, and that is pretty much a big long train of 8 drivers at the moment here in Baku. We are set for some absolutely brilliant racing as a big long DRS train. Ben Huskins fighting for the lead once again. He has got himself through and taking it past Jensen Ralston once more.
As DRS will get enabled on this big long straight on the route down to turn 1. We're going to see moves galore as already Ben Huskins and Jensen Ralston battling out like hammer and tongue. But here we go, Icky Robbo getting his way past Nanu behind. There goes Jensen Ralston. Is Wojciech going to follow through? He absolutely is. Down the inside of Ben Huskins, making a bit of contact on the entry. But yeah, Ben Huskins just swoops round the outside with a better traction as he keeps ahead of Wojciech. Heading on to the next straight out of turn 2. Ben Huskins will have the DRS. He's going to take the lead back again on the route down to turn 3. As there we go. With a DRS, he makes it look absolutely easy. As behind, the moves will be a bit harder for them guys with a DRS train and a slipstream little train. It's going to have to be tactical ERS usage. And now it's about Ben Huskins just keeping Voitis Luva behind, so he is the next man in line to take the position back for lead this race. There goes Jensen Rousey in the lead. There goes Icky Robbo on Flume. Icky Robbo is absolutely flying in this first stint, past Nanu, past Flume, and now into P4 as Jensen Rousey gets the position on Ben Huskins. As here we go, we're going to see another move from Ben Huskins to get the position back on his route back to turn 3. Or is he going to have to stay behind this time because he looks a bit further back than he normally is. Yeah, he is, so he's going to have to stay behind. Jensen Ralston will take the lead for lap 4. But yeah, Icky Robbo looking pretty quick in this first stint. He's made his move on Nanu, made a statement on Flume, and he's now right on the back of Voitis Luva, just under 3/10 that one is. So all to play for with 22 laps to go.
From Ben Huskins, I've got to say, oh, there we go. What's this? Oozing out of the race. There we go, VSC. It's not a safety car, but it's a VSC, everybody.
Virtual safety cars into the pit lane. We go with Jensen Rouse, and Ben Huskins stays out, interestingly, on this first stint with 22 laps to go. The hards can make it to the end of the race, and Jensen Ralston. Who else in the pit lane? Jensen Ralston, Icky Robbo, Flume, Liam Doherty, and I'm guessing Thunderinos came in after a horror show of a start. As Seth Martin stays out in this race, he is on the hard compounded tyres. This will not benefit him, this safety car, as Atom also stays out. CSGO Plus also stays out, and Ben Huskins also out there as well. Balint, I think, has chosen to stay out. So is Reambees, but I think he's already stopped early on in this race.
On lap 6 out of 26, 20 more to go in this Grand Prix is D, and Balint, I think, just had a bit of a tussle, but can the Alpine try and make his way through and pass the Williams right on the backside of him into turn 1? Isn't able to at this moment in time. I think something up ahead was going on as well. We've got Icky Robbo, Jensen Ralston, and Voitis Luva. Of course, many of these drivers have gone into the pit lane now. We've got Ben Huskins, CSGO Pusko, and Atom. And Seth Martin, sorry, your top 4 at the top that haven't yet gone into the pit lane. Most of the guys behind have, so different strategies then going on around here in Baku. That's really going to throw the race off, and we'll see who will come out on top of that one and who it will benefit the most. But the Ferrari on the backside of Jensen Ralston on the backside of Voitis Luva.
As he's back today, and he's back on at the front yet again as Voitis Luva makes his way past Seth Martin. Jensen Ralston under pressure, putting pressure on, should I say. Seth Martin as Icky Robbo gets through on Jensen Ralston, and he's now going to get through on Seth Martin. As there goes Jensen Ralston once more. It's all battling in this midfield pack as Seth Martin holding these guys up on the older tyres. As there goes Jensen. Oh my God.
Jensen Ralston into the barrier. No one was expecting that.
My Lord.
VSC. There's wing damage as well on that McLaren. Will the top few drivers go into the pit lane this time around and replicate what the guys behind did? CSGO Pusko got a drive-through penalty now for speeding under the VSC, but here we go, we're racing again. And the Mercedes up ahead is 8.5 seconds away from the pack. What's happened?
Ben Huskins got a drive-through penalty.
Oh no.
Oh my days, what's happened in this race, guys? What have we just witnessed? You just saw my reaction to Jensen Ralston going in the wall, because I couldn't even, I was speechless. But Ben Huskins now in the pit lane to serve that drive-through penalty straight away. Is going to come out behind these guys. This race has been blown wide open, folks. We could have a new race winner. Wow, I'm shocked. Ben Huskins will have to stop again. Obviously not changing tyres, straight in the pit lane to serve that drive-through penalty, and Voitis Luva is right behind, and I think that's the man to beat in this race. It's Voitis Luva and Icky Robbo, our provisional 1-2. I'm sorry, Icky Robbo, folks, could win a Grand Prix. That would be unbelievable circumstances. Yeah, of course he can. He's got back in the lead this race. Obviously, Voitis Luva, Icky Robbo have pitted in this Grand Prix. Ben Huskins still yet to pit, but if there's another safety car, it could easily bunch this pack up once more. Our championship leader and the guy who got P2 in qualifying is down in P11. Our pole sitter is down in P10. And at the minute, Voiters Luba going for a
Luba.
double move. Icky Robbo trying to move as well on Atom. Voiters Luba's in lead this Grand Prix. Icky Robbo makes a move on Atom behind as well. So he's back into P3 in this Grand Prix. This is our top 3. But Ben Huskins still has to pit, so it's Voiters Luba and Icky Robbo, the guys who have only pitted in this top 4 at the minute and in this battle for this race lead. So, can Icky Robbo get past Ben Huskins and try, and just try as hard as he can to win this Grand Prix with 16 laps to go? Those hard tyres will easily get to the end of this race, and Icky Robbo is well within a chance of winning this Tier 1 race. I have never said that ever since he joined, and he's been here for quite a while. He's quite an OG in the server, and he's here today in Azerbaijan. He's evolved throughout the season. He's confirmed himself just in between kind of that front pack and the midfield pack, but he's getting there, and today could be his day to really push himself forward in the championship. As there we go, pulls out from him, and he's in the slipstream of Voiters Luba as well, so that's going to easily tow him along with the DRS. Icky Robbo is in the battle for this race lead as he is now in P2 with that pit stop, and it's these guys at the front that's going to be the battle for the remaining 15 laps. Thunderino pumps in another fastest lap as he gets past Liam Doherty. Will switch back to this one. They're still side by side. Oh, very deep between the pair. He's just kept enough room there, actually, on the exit of turn 1. And it's beautiful from Thunderino. He's climbing his way back into the points as our pole sitter still battling this one out on track. As Liam Doherty, though, coming back down the inside of our pole sitter. But Thunderino has slipstream from the car ahead and is going to keep the position so far.
Do not underestimate this man, because he's going to go for the overtake now on Mr. Voiters Luba. It is Icky Robbo in the Ferrari, trying it around the outside, and he gets through to take the lead of this Grand Prix. Icky Robbo is on for a race win, everybody.
Wow, Icky Robbo, go on. I'm actually, this is like an underdog, sorry. You're not meant to be biased as a commentator, but it's Icky Robbo's day today, surely. As I kind of want Voiters to spin out and crash, but we don't hope that because he's a great guy.
Is Liam Doherty and Thunderino then. Thunderino down the inside. Can he try and get through? Forcing the Haas wide into the barriers as well, very nearly. I think scraping the barriers there through that left-hander. But it's the Haas that ultimately came out on top of that one on the 13th lap. The Alpine will not be giving up at the moment. Thunderino, the pole sitter for today's race, will be really wanting to try and find himself back up.
Surely Voiters Luba is going to get back past after a nice little leading streak for Icky Robbo. But it's Red Bull versus Ferrari in this race. It's DRS for Voiters Luba, our Season 6 champion. CPS Checo says, no Nanu, no party. Nanu supporting the chat is quite wholesome, to be fair. I feel bad for him at the back of the screen if he did freeze in the pit lane for that long. But yeah, he's nearly been lapped in this Grand Prix. So yeah, hopefully he keeps it on the track, and you never know, he might be able to get some points later on. Isn't probably going to let this one go easy. He's on 52% battery. He has been saving up a bit more. And there we go. Pulls out from the slipstream. He opens that rear wing. And he's going to be surely ahead of our race leader, Voiters Luba. As he does, we've got another race leader. Another change in the positions as Icky Robbo, the man out of nowhere, in P1 in this race.
Yeah, there we go. Thunderino and D as well, P5 and P6 then. And this is the battle that we saw go into the barriers earlier on. So will it happen again? The Williams looking very close there, but luckily this time no one actually does touch the barrier into turn 1. Lap 15 out of 26. We are over halfway into today's Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen, as D is trying to catch Thunderino. Thunderino right on the backside of Liam Doherty as well. Maybe we'll get something there pretty soon, but I've got to say, up in front, it was very nice to see Icky Robbo be able to retake his lead of the race. He's able to compete. Ben Huskins, of course, after going into the pit lane down in 7, and he aims to hopefully get himself back up there with 10 more laps to go, but I don't know, he hits the wall there. I think that was a bit of damage as well. It just isn't looking likely for Mr. Ben Huskins to get himself back up there before the end of this Grand Prix. So all eyes to the top and all eyes to Icky Robbo, Voiters Luba and Flume. What a nice little top 3 we've got going up there.
Absolutely. Oh, Voiters Luba!
Voiters Luba!
Voiters Luba's in the wall. Oh my God. folks, Voiters-Luva has absolutely had a bit of oversteer. No collisions at all. Voiters-Luva goes into the wall just before the castle section. As you don't see any sort of mistakes through that. It's normally through the castle section. As Icky Robbo is now 6.5 seconds clear in this race lead with 10 laps to go. No mistakes now. I was about to say he has serious pace in this middle sector, as he does. We see him gapping by about 5/10 of Voiters-Luva each lap, and that's what kept Voiters-Luva behind. But Voiters-Luva is also out of contention. He's got front left damage on his front wing. This is crazy stories, as Icky Robbo is in our race lead with 10 laps to go. He has the pace today. He's picked up everybody else's mistakes, as there he is in the race lead, miles ahead of everybody else. Flume 6.8 seconds behind. But Icky Robbo has got to keep his head down, keep it composed, as this could be his first ever FZR Tier 1 win. Coming into today's race, after qualifying as well, Thunderino is climbing back through. He still might get a podium stay, as he will be on the back of Voiters-Luva with the damage on the exit. Look how close they are. There goes Thunderino. Here comes Liam Doherty, all trying to make moves on the slow car, on the slow Red Bull of our Season 6 champion, Voiters-Luva. As there we go, round the outside, it's Voiters-Luva trying to keep this one, as I think actually Thunderino might have tactically just held off, kept Voiters-Luva on his outside line, so Liam Doherty struggles to get through. But it's outside for Liam Doherty, it's inside for Voiters-Luva. Voiters-Luva's going to keep this one, and at the moment Thunderino is going to be gapping the pair, as look how serious that front wing damage is from Voiters-Luva.
Yeah, I mean, we really did both just jinx that, didn't we, with the P2 position of Voiters-Luva. You best hope that he didn't hear you say what you said earlier about him spinning out, because he'll blame that on you.
Oh no, yeah, going around. I feel bad now. I feel awful.
Oh, here we go, Liam Doherty. Here we go, overtaking Voiters-Luva, and just to really put salt in the wound. Then, who's gone around Liam Doherty? He's gone very deep indeed. Oh my God. And D then overtaking Liam Doherty down into P6. It is absolute carnage here in FZR, here in Baku. And everybody up at the top is having something go wrong. Here we go then, trying to overtake again. He gets back through past D to P5. Lap 18 out of 26, ladies and gentlemen. And Icky Robbo, 8.8 seconds ahead. I'll say it again, 8.9 now. Thunderino isn't seen to get any closer at the moment. There's a yellow flag.
It's Jensen's been shot. Oh my God, Jensen's in the wall.
No way.
Jensen's just done a Charles Leclerc.
Oh my God,
my days. He's got no front wing. He's going to be out of the points, folks. He's going to promote CSGO Plus, got into the points positions. 5 laps to go in this race. Jensen Rouse, our championship leader, he got damage early on, and he's now stuck in P10 with no front wing. It's been a disastrous day for our reigning champion.
Coming out the better man, but here we go then. I think there's moves going on behind. Liam Doherty, of course, still in P4. Ben Huskins and Voiters-Luva seems to be going side by side. What can the Mercedes do? The Silver Arrow trying to get the better exit out from the Red Bull, and up in the front as well. It's 2x2 as D gets through, and there we go, contact as well with Ben Huskins. That sends Voiters-Luva into the barrier, sends him packing for a second time in the race into that barrier. But Ben Huskins, after that little scrap with Voiters-Luva, is ahead, and Voiters-Luva, I don't think has much of a wing left. On the left hand side there, but lap 24 out of 26, we've just seen another driver into these barriers here in Baku, and I don't think it's going to be the last, to be fair, even though we have a few laps to go.
Oh my
God, there's
God,
no way.
But Icky Robbo, a man on form. He got a podium in round 1. He got 3 consecutive P5s. He just recently got back in the points in Belgium. And at the minute, after all the carnage and chaos, it's gonna be the Ferrari. Icky Robbo deploying to the line. It's the man who I never thought would win this race. It's an underdog story for the Ferrari. It's Icky Robbo, the OG in SNR. He comes across the line. He wins the Grand Prix at last. It's the man in the Ferrari who seals the show. As behind, we've got Flume and Thunderino. Who's it going to be to the line? Thunderino down the inside. He's got to take it out of the line. It's Thunderino who takes P2 after a side-by-side photo finish, as Flume has to set up a P3. Ben Huskins, after getting a drive-through penalty, had to pit still as well. Gets P4. Liam Doherty gets P5. Voiters-Luva after a spin and a crash out of our race lead battle gets P6. D, after a long and waited return, had damage at the line. The Canadian man gets P7. It's Atom and Seth Martin who get P8 and 9 from the back of the grid, from P15 and 16. CSGO Puscott, who's going to take P10. And our championship leader, Jensen Rowson, the last man to cross the line in P11 in this Grand Prix, is weaving to the line as well. But what a crazy battle, folks. What a spectacle of a race, as Icky Robbo is the man today. He has finally had his underdog story. This is well deserved. He's been here for so long. The battle with Voice Luva, he had pace in qualifying, got P5. He capitalised on everyone else's mistakes, and the strategy paid off. And not going into the wall also paid off. 12 seconds clear. Icky Robbo, take a bow.